guys, welcome back to Law Giri. How are you all doing? Today we are going to talk about how to prepare for Symbiosis personal interview. Congratulations to all of you who have received a call and who are invited for an interview by any of the institutes of Symbiosis, be it Nagpur, Hyderabad, Pune, Noida. Congratulations. But we need to prepare for the interview to make sure that we get a seat in the institute for sure, right? So in this video I'm going to tell you that how you should prepare. Then I'm going to give you some of the tips and tricks, certain mistakes that you should avoid, some of the common mistakes, right? So let's get started. Yeah guys, welcome to Law Giri. I hope you have subscribed to Law Giri's YouTube channel and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss any of our videos. And I hope you're following us on Instagram. We're there by the name @IamLawGiri. We do pretty motivational stuff out there. If you want to stay happy, if you want to stay motivated, and if you want to stay connected a little more with Law Giri, then do follow us on Instagram. It is very important that you know the marks distribution. The entrance test score would be scaled down to 50 marks. So 50 marks for your entrance. I think your entrance was of 60 marks, right? It would be scaled down to 50, like out of 50 your marks would be taken out. Then PI, that is your personal interview, is of 30 marks. VAT, that is your written ability test, is of 20 marks. Total comes to 100, right? Very important question to answer is why you should prepare for the personal interview, because a lot of people think that they don't need to prepare for the interview. You're wrong. You need to prepare for the interview because that will make you confident. That will give you the confidence. Now, a lot of people have this question, students have this question, that we don't know what they're going to ask. They can ask you anything, but they're going to ask you about you. They will ask you to tell them about yourself, right? आपको अपने बारे में बताना उनको. And you know, you are in this age, you are a teenager. I know as a teenager we never get time to sit down and see what are our long-term goals, what are our short-term goals, what you really want to do in life, or what good I have done in life till now, what are my achievements, right? So when you think, I'm going to give you the questions for sure, I'm going to help you with the questions even, right? But if you prepare, that is going to make you feel confident on the day when you have to give the interview. I promise you are going to feel confident, right? You won't make the common mistakes that students tend to make. Yes, you know, students, I have talked to so many students last year, before that, students who get called from Symbiosis, उनको बुलाया जाता है interview के लिए, and after the interview they come to me and said, कर सकते थे, we could have done it, but if I would have prepared well, if I would have focused on these things. I'm going to tell you those questions for sure, but promise me you're going to prepare. Interview is the most important part. You can convince them that you are the best or the worst. You know, interview is the most important part. You know, Symbiosis would never, they would, by the end of it, they'll just put a list that you are selected or not selected. Simple, right? So interview, they won't, like, it is very less that they'll tell you the marks of the interview, because interview is the deciding factor for Symbiosis. There are students who are going to score really well when it comes to, you know, the entrance exam, but you'll see students scoring less in entrance exams might get admission, might get selected, but students who've scored really well are not getting selected. It is not that the person who's scoring well, they won't select that person, but there are chances that if you do not do well, if you are not doing well in the interview, you are not a person as per their expectations, they won't select you. So if you're scoring really well in the entrance exam and you think, oh, it is done, I will get admission for sure, you're wrong. And if you are thinking on the other side that, oh, I've scored so less, you know, obviously I won't get admission, because a lot of people think like that, okay, chalo, call aaya, chale jaate hain, but I know I won't get admission because I'm scoring so less. No. If you are a person who smashes the interview and they think that this student is the kind of student that we want in our institute, they will take you in. So interview is the most important step when it comes to Symbiosis, right? So preparing for it the right way is very, very important. How to prepare for personal interview? That is the very next question that comes to your mind. How to prepare for a personal interview? you have to prepare around 2 to 3 things. I'm going to talk about them. Number one is personal interview. आपको prepare करने हैं कुछ personal questions. Again, as I tell you, it is a personal interview, an interview about you. They want to know you in a better manner. They want to know who you are as a person. What are your values? What have you done in your life? What you want to do in your life? That is what they want to know. How are you? Right, they want to see that, and you have to tell them about that, right? So these are personal questions. They're going to be personal questions. I'm going to tell you the questions. I'm going to give you an entire video where I have taught you that how you have to think around these questions and come up with your unique answer. Never copy anyone. Come up with your unique answer, because that uniqueness is in you, is going to help you in getting selected. So you need to be really unique, right? And everyone is unique. You just never sit down and think about it. So you have to sit down and think about how are you unique. Firstly, start respecting yourself. All of us have done something good in our lives, right? We have done it, but we don't respect ourselves, and we said, "मैंने क्या किया है? What have I done?" So start respecting yourself. Think about yourself. What have you done? And obviously, I'm going to give you the questions just in the next slide. You can be asked questions related to your academics. You have to revise your legal aptitude, your current affairs. I'm going to discuss this also in detail. Communication skills. You have to work on your communication skills, speaking, vocabulary, grammar. All of this you have to work on. We're going to see how you have to prepare for each of these. Your personal questions, academics, how you have to work on your communication skills, everything I'm going to tell. Let's get started with personal questions first. Some of the questions that you have to prepare are: tell us something about yourself. Why do you want to study in this college? What have you done other than academics in your life? Tell us about your biggest achievement so far. Why do you consider it to be so? Why do you want to pursue law? What do you want to do after completing your law? List out your 5 strengths. Highlight your biggest weakness. What are your long-term goals? What are your hobbies? What is your town or city famous for? This is important. What are your favorite subjects? Now, all of these 12 questions you have to prepare. All of these 12 questions, I have done a video, like I've done a complete video on how you have to, go about these questions, think about them. सब कुछ मैंने उस वीडियो के अंदर बताया हुआ है. मुझे उस वीडियो की वैल्यू तब तक नहीं पता चला जब तक मैंने इस बारी पिछले वाले बच्चों से पूछा जो सिम्बाइसिस में हैं और जो लॉ गिरियन हैं. उनसे पूछा कि आपने कैसे तैयारी की थी, मुझे बता दो. तो उन्होंने कहा हमने तो आपकी वीडियो ही देखी थी. तो आई सेड ओके फाइन. मुझे उस वीडियो की वैल्यू रियलाइज़ हो गई, तो आपके साथ भी वो वीडियो शेयर कर रही हूँ मैं. बट कुछ ऐड करना चाहती हूँ मैं. जब भी आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, टेल समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ. यू कैन बी द ड्राइवर ऑफ योर इंटरव्यू. You can be the one who decides what they should ask. Normally we think obviously they are going to decide, but no, they are going to, they are going to question you. Like first question they are going to, ask, and thereafter they are going to pick the questions from your answers itself. Right? So it is very important that when you're preparing your answers, you should, number one, you should highlight yourself. You should highlight certain things. Like if you have done something great in your life, for example, done something really good when it comes to your extracurricular activities, highlight that. In your introduction, include that. मतलब show off करना पड़ेगा. Whenever we go to a showroom, like to buy a car or something, have you seen that salesman or saleswoman is going to tell you the entire features of the car? Right? She's going to tell you that this is the best car. This is the car that you should buy. Similarly, you are also going to tell them that I am the best student. You cannot find anyone better than me. So take me in. Like, do not miss out on me. अगर मैं तुम्हारे इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए कुछ अच्छा नहीं करूँगा, किसी और के लिए करूँगा. मतलब कल को या तो मैं तुम्हारी मूड कोर्ट टीम में हूँगा, या फिर किसी और कॉलेज की मूड कोर्ट टीम में होकर तुम्हारी टीम को हरा रहा हूँगा. ऐसा सा कुछ. राइट? सो यू हैव टू टेल व्हाट आर योर फीचर्स. मतलब अपने बारे में यू शुड सिट डाउन calmly, write down all of these questions on a piece of paper one by one. You should watch that video also. Link is going to be in the description box. I have helped you out entirely कि कैसे आप questions frame कर सकते हो. Right? For example, introduce yourself. हर किसी का different होगा. ठीक है ना? You can tell what your parents are into, the city you belong to, where have you done your schooling from. It can be as simple as that, or you can change it to the level wherein you're telling that why you have taken law, or they can ask you that okay, tell something that is not there in the form or whatever you have submitted, or tell us what you have done, academics के अलावा क्या क्या extracurricular activities के बारे में बताओ. These are all the questions that they can ask you. So you have to tell them. So what you have to do is you have to sit down, think about each and every question, a good answer. Step 1, prepare your own answers to the questions. Whatever question, these are 12 questions. You will find 2 to 3 more questions in the other video. You have to prepare all of these 14 to 15 questions all by yourself. Come up with a unique answer, and thereafter what you're going to do, sitting in front of the mirror and answering the questions. Ask yourself, okay, introduce yourself. Do that in front of the mirror confidently, very confidently. Now what will happen, if you're weak in English, or you are not good with your vocabulary, it is fine, completely fine. जब भी आप अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो या कोई भी क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे रहे हो, आपको वर्ड नहीं मिल रहा है, उसको गूगल करो, ढूंढो कि क्या वर्ड यूज कर सकता हूँ मैं, उन वर्ड्स को याद करो. आप अपनी वोकैबुलरी भी बढ़ा सकते हो ऐसे, जब अपने आप को क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो. लाइक यू से, ओके फाइन, आई लव रीडिंग बुक्स, मे बी फॉर एग्जाम्पल. नाउ यू वांट टू टेल, ओके, ask yourself, why do I love reading books? I love reading books because of this. Which are my favorite books? What am I currently reading? Things like this. And we are not going to lie, but yeah, this is the way you can prepare for the interview, is by whatever you answer, you have to find the questions from your answer, right? Sitting in front of the mirror and answering the questions, recording the interview and finding out your mistakes. Record the interview and see what are the mistakes that you're committing, grammatical mistakes, some error that you're committing, you're fumbling a lot, how you can improve it. The more you practice, the better it is. Bathroom में भी बैठे हो ना, practice करते रहो, ठीक है? कहीं जा रहे हो, प्रैक्टिस करते रहो. द मोर यू प्रैक्टिस, द मोर यू स्पीक. और दिमाग में नहीं प्रैक्टिस करना, बोल बोल के प्रैक्टिस करो. इंटरव्यू योरसेल्फ, right? This is the best way. Next is thinking what questions can be further created from your answers. Very, very important. This is important, right? For example, you say, I belong to Delhi. If you say you are from Delhi, a city of historical importance, you need to know about Delhi. I am sure about one thing, that the questions are going to be roundabout around the questions that I have given you. Step 5, ask your sibling, parents, your friends to take your interview. This is the best. Ask your parents to take your interview. Ask the questions. Tell them, okay, this is the question. Ask whatever else you want to ask, right? If you have a sibling, ask your sibling to do that. Your friends, any of your friends, or any elder, cousin who is doing his or her job and has given interviews, you can ask them for help also. Like, ask them to take an interview. And you can ask me also for help. We are organizing paid mock interviews. So paid mock interviews are going to be taken by Law Giri's team. So if you want us to conduct your interview, all the details are going to be in the description box. Don't worry, if you don't want to buy, don't buy. The video that I'm giving you, that I did last year, is self-sufficient. It is self-sufficient in itself. If you do not have anyone to help you and you don't want to buy anything, that video is a course in itself. It's a self-study guide. So please do watch that video. So this is the guide that I'm talking about, guide for Symbiosis personal interview. I've talked about how to prepare, most frequently asked questions, what answer you can give, thought process for answering. So if you cannot buy anything, you don't want to buy our mock interview, the paid mock interviews that I'm talking about, if you want to prepare all by yourself, you don't have any help, your parents, siblings, no one is there to help you, this is a self-sufficient guide in itself that I've prepared for you guys. And everyone who has got admission, like whom I know, they told that this video was really, really helpful. Okay, law related questions. So you remember I told that you have to prepare for number 1, your personal questions. Next is law related questions. Revise the entire legal aptitude theory section that you had prepared for Symbiosis exam. Yes, you have to prepare that. Your topics are going to be Indian Constitution, torts, criminal law, and contracts. Now a lot of you are going to ask me that from where we should revise. You should revise it from the same material from wherein you prepared for SLAT. Right? If you prepared it from your coaching institute material, you prepared it from A.B. Bharadwaj, Universal, any book that you have studied earlier also, go through that book. You have to run through that book just to remind yourself what you have read. Right? So you should have an idea of what you have read. right? This is what you have to do. Current affairs questions. Now you need to read the newspaper every day. You need to read the editorials, and I also post the very important news on my Instagram handle, that is I am Law Giri. Please, please, please do follow the news. It is very, very important. Watch Law Giri's legal current affairs videos wherein I've explained all the legal current affairs, so you should be aware what is going around, right? This is very important. Go through the editorials of the newspapers, read the important headlines that I've posted on Instagram. Some of the important topics are like Mizoram Assam issue, Afghanistan, Taliban, all of these issues you need to be aware about. Conduct a research about these issues. I'll try to create a page on my website wherein I keep on posting the issues that I think you should be aware about. If you are reading the editorials, you will be aware, you will know that what are the important topics, which are the topics that you have to prepare, right? So yeah, you have to read the newspaper every day, preferably the Hindu. If in your area the Hindu is a paper that is not delivered, you can take e-subscription of the Hindu. Okay, things to do and things to avoid. Now, number one is be natural. I'm asking you to prepare your questions, practice in front of the mirror, record, find out your mistakes, practice with us, practice in accordance to the video that I've suggested. Be natural. It should not be कि रट कर आयो, mug up करके नहीं जाना answer. Hi, my name is so and so, blah blah blah. No, you should be biased. You should be calm, very calm. It's a conversation, yeah. You should enjoy it. I mean, no one was there to tell a lot of people that you should be calm and you should be biased, and you should take it as a conversation and be confident. The more confident you are, the better it is. Don't be overconfident or over smart. So be natural. Even if you're learning the answers or you're trying to keep the pointers in your mind, don't learn the answers. I'll say that keep the pointers in mind, that this is what I have to cover, right? Don't write complete sentences even when you're planning the answer. That is what I'm going to say. You can write, but then usko ratta mat marne बैठ जाना. It should come out naturally, right? I hope you get what I'm trying to get. Next is please don't lie. Please don't lie. Be honest. Those people who are taking your interview, they've taken पता नहीं कितने interviews लिए हैं उन्होंने. ठीक है ना, वो उस सीट पे ऐसे नहीं बैठे हैं. They've taken like zillions of interviews and they're there, right? So if you lie, they're going to catch you, and then they're going to bash you, and then they're going to grill you. So don't lie. If you don't know anything, just tell them I don't know. Be very politely, right? Don't try to be over smart, overconfident, and don't try to be a timid person also जो बहुत ही डरा डरा से. नहीं यार, उनको confident बंदा चाहिए, ठीक है ना? They need a person who if you get admission in Symbiosis, right? You tell someone, oh, I'm from Symbiosis, so and so, I'm Pune, Hyderabad, Nagpur, Noida. The person should feel that vibe. Oh, that's a Symbiosis, a student from Symbiosis. That is what they want, and you have to prove yourself there, right? So please, please, please watch the video that I have told you. Prepare for the interview. If you need any help, you can leave a comment down below. You can message me on Instagram at I am Law Giri, right? Completely free. You can take a paid session with me also. The details are going to be in the description box below. Whatever suits you. But please, 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 please prepare for the interview and give your best. And you should get admission in Symbiosis. So guys, that's it for today's video. Law Giri signing off. All the very, 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 very best. Bye and take care.